Welcome back to Split Second. This is actually the last episode. We're going out with a bang. And it's going to be a big one.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, it gets real. We're taking the subtle route this time.
It's been one long roller coaster
It's so
ride of a
heroic.
journey.
I know. And we get to see all the shit we've blown up.
Yeah, we do.
Like, look at this.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I remember that helicopter.
And now, the final stage of this highly charged championship is here.
The intros are still awesome.
Yeah, this is my favorite part.
Get ready. It's time for the finale of Split Second.
I love how you can just really tell how much fun this voiceover guy is having with it. Just going full ham and cheese.
Yeah.
So yeah, final event is actually on Downtown Central. We've got 25 cars to wreck.
Nice.
It's kind of weird how they do this. They really make an effort in the last episode to make it so you're not doing more than one event of any one particular type. So you kind of get to see a bit of everything, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, it's a nice, like, little callback.
Yeah, absolutely. So yep, here are the cars we got last time. This is the car we just unlocked. This is the FX350.
I love this car.
Yeah, this car looks legitimately fast.
I would legitimately buy this car in real life.
Oh, I would too.
I would even have them leave in the racer mesh.
Yeah, I know. Same. We're going to go ahead and start off with it, because why not?
Is that legal? Like, is that street legal? Would you get pulled over by a cop?
For that particular car?
For the mesh.
The mesh?
Yeah, like, because it's obstructing your... In California, you can't have your passenger driver's side windows.
Oh, yes, the driver's side mesh. Yes, that would probably not be street legal. The rest of the car probably would.
I remember that dump truck.
Yep, the dump truck is pretty great. We haven't been on Expressway in a while, but for those of you who forgot about this track, this is the longest track in the game. It's also very straight and it has pretty much all sweepers. And since the FX350 is so bad at sweepers and literally everything, and I know how much y'all like to see me struggle, this is the car we're doing it in.
It was the first episode that I learned what sweepers were.
Sweepers are long, wide turns.
Do you remember all those times I asked you about your controller interface for the game?
I do. You've
Yeah.
asked it 4 times now in the video and 1 time in the thread.
Well, yeah, because I was really wondering, you know?
It's important to establish these things. Also, I have no idea how that managed to just, like, not affect me.
I cannot believe that didn't wipe you out, dude. Oh, the game's being nice.
Yeah, the game has decided that it wants us to have a shot at winning this thing.
I could have been rooting for a guy named Bangs this whole time.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen Bangs until now.
Do you think that he was a big fan of Phoebe from Friends?
Possibly?
Oh my god.
Things are already starting to get really intense.
Oh my god, dude. What a jerk.
One thing I didn't show off here is that you can cut through that.
Oh.
That was a bad one.
Yeah, I thought I... Do you win this?
I have a plan B for everything. It's been a long time since we've collapsed that expressway, and it's still great.
I forgot about it until I saw the arrow.
I take a big risk here by driving straight through the middle.
Oh my god, dude.
We've only got 3 left, and I'm trying very hard to keep control of this car.
This looks like it almost handles worse than the Titan.
I really don't like the handling of the FX350. It's very finicky. I talked about this in the detonator event in episode 10 when we used this car.
Yeah.
Basically, this car only does 2 things well. It enjoys very sharp drifts, this has the sharpest drift in the game, bar none. And it enjoys going in a straight line. And if you're not doing one of those things, you're losing speed. And I just managed to overtake him.
Oh, these races are getting like, I know you probably wouldn't leave a failed run in, but also it's the last episode, so if you did do it, this would be the episode to do it.
I will generally leave in failed runs if they're funny.
Yeah.
But they usually show up after the actual first place run, wearing people out. So I think about doing the FX350 again, but
yes,
we're doing it, man. We're bringing out all the monster trucks.
Yes.
And it's on Canyon, which is, of course, the most technical track in the game. So naturally, we're going to bring a 3.5-ton slobbering beast to it.
Have you ever been to a monster truck rally?
I have not, actually.
I haven't either, but I've always wanted to go, like, once before California bans them or whatever.
There's kind of a culture surrounding them. I think when we first got the Ryback Thunder, I posted a bunch of videos about monster trucks.
Yeah, I loved those.
Yeah, you can actually thank old kitschy YouTube channels for that. Also, let's drift the crap out of this thing.
Monster trucks are to cars in the same way that the WWE is to wrestling.
I feel like monster trucks are to cars in the same way that the WWE is to, like, varsity wrestling.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Oh my god, I love this big dumb ape of a car.
Yeah, that didn't bother me. The Titan drifts surprisingly well. It's not super good. It doesn't have the high responsiveness that you would get out of something like the Pursuit or the Coyote or one of them. But it does maintain a drift.
You can just push the guy around.
Oh yeah, no, I can just do that in this car, it's great.
The Titan reminds me of what I would expect a car designed after a Rottweiler would look like.
Basically, yeah, it's got kind of that Pitbull Terrier look in the front.
It does.
It's got very angry taillights.
I feel like if I knew how to draw, I would have been putting doodles of this in my Trapper Keeper in high school.
So that's 1 lap down. Unfortunately, the Titan's just not very good at keeping a lead on Canyon because it's such a technical track. There's basically no way to avoid slowing down unless you're really good at drifting. And even then, it's just not advised. I'm counting that. I try to do it to that guy as well, and it just doesn't work out.
Oh.
I didn't know until that happened that you could actually move those. There are some boulders on Canyon that you can move and some that you can't.
I love this. Oh, gosh. I love this car.
The Titan's pretty great. I am not a huge fan of it for Canyon, but it's actually pretty decent on tracks like Construction Site, where you have a lot of sweepers and a lot of opportunity for you to get up to top speed, because it has a 9 out of 10 top speed. It's really fast in a straight line if you can just get there.
This reminds me of playing Bowser in Mario Kart in the balloon battle.
Kind of dodging everything right now.
Yeah. It seems like you had a really easy time with this one. Oh. That was awesome. That was rad.
I was genuinely impressed that the Titan let me do that, and I was like, you know what? You've earned my trust, Titan.
Oh my god, when you drift, you just like slam into things. Oh, that thing's awesome. Yes.
I don't remember why I didn't just drop the dam here. I think I was just worried that if I did it, it would collapse on top of me.
And then the point was moot.
Yeah, because I just got wrecked out anyway.
Also, if someone else drops the... Like, if you don't drop the dam, someone else can drop it on you, right?
Yeah, every power play is open to everybody on the track as long as they have the requisite power for it. It's just that, like I said a couple of episodes ago, the AI tends to prioritize and like certain level 2 power plays over others. So for example, one of the ones that it really likes as a level 2 power play is dropping the building and construction site. It will almost always do that.
You know what would have been cool, but probably outside of the scope for this game?
What?
If all the different AIs had different favored power plays and different preferred cars.
I think that would be another thing that they could really add that would differentiate it, because you're supposed to be in this competition of these epic badass drivers, right? So I'd love to see every driver have its own personality, but, you know, it's probably not reasonable for the tech at the time.
No.
This is a 2010 game.
I keep forgetting that, because it actually looks really... Oh my god, dude. Ah, this last one's going to be a nail-biter.
I saw that he was trying to pass me. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to put a stop to that.
It would be great if there was one car that always cheats, but it's not commented in the game. You just, like, see him cheat.
Yeah, that's Raptor. Look how ridiculously close that race was. 0.12 seconds off.
Oh, man.
Let's go on to this survival event.
You should thank that guy for giving you a push.
It was a split-second finish.
Oh my god, no! You're lucky we're ending the LP tonight.
I've been waiting all LP to say that. This is the last survival event, and it's going to be a good one. We're going back to Storm Drain Speedway, which, if you remember, is the first survival track in the season.
I do. It's also the LA River.
And we're using this thing.
So, I don't know if I've ever told this story on stream.
Yeah, I can drift it in circles, too.
Oh wait, is that counting as drifting?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't think you understand just how much power the Goliath has, because I can still do it 45 seconds later.
Oh, you're gonna do a level 17 million power play.
Well, if only I had power plays and power meter and this, but we are going to have to drive our asses off in order to make this happen in the Goliath.
Yeah.
You will see me struggle with this car in ways that you've never seen me struggle before.
So, my friends and I were playing down in the, not in the river, but in the LA River. And I don't know if you know this, but it's not a real, like, river.
No, it's an artificial runoff, isn't it?
Yeah. And also, like, it's gross. I cannot explain to you the awful smells that come off this place. And certain parts of it have really deep trenches where you can see the water go through.
Yeah.
So my friends and I just saw on Jackass, so you know how long ago this was, dudes jumping over what we thought was the LA River. So we wanted to try it too. And I was a husky kid even back then. We were all jumping back and forth, and my friend tells me that he'll give me $20 if I can make the jump, because I was too scared to do it. So So I said, fine, I'll try. I jump, I slip, I don't jump, and I go head first into, like, what has to be, like, sewage and algae.
Great.
It was the worst experience of my life.
After doing this event, I never want to go anywhere near the LA River.
But I wouldn't. The smell will put you on. God. Yeah, you were just... Oh! Oh. That one was close.
Well, they've all been incredibly close, but in the Titan, I wouldn't be able to do that. It's just not as responsive as the Goliath. So I'm happy that this was the one I chose. And I'm happy I was finally able to do a sudden death survival in one of the trucks.
I had a question. If the little red barrels hit you, do they make you explode?
Yes. Hitting any one barrel will cause me to lose the event.
Right, but even in the big trucks?
Yes.
Oh, I thought, like, because of your high strength that you could, like, shrug a couple off.
No, once you hit sudden death, and in survival, every car, if you get hit by a red barrel, that is an instant wreck. Which is why I'm very careful to avoid red barrels, and why driving a truck in sudden death survival is a horrendously bad idea.
Hey, but you did it on the hardest survival thing of the game.
We did do it. I'm happy I can finally cross that off my bucket list.
Man, that is so sad when you think about it.
One other thing that I've been wanting to do is drive this. This is the Ryback Firestorm.
Oh, that thing looks cool.
It has probably the sickest paint job in the game.
Well, you know, the flames make it go faster.
It's also incredibly fast.
Oh my...
This thing is ludicrously fast.
That, you know what? That reminds me when you, like, are big... You're, like, in GTA, and you pick up one of the cars, and you don't realize it's the fancy car until you press the accelerator and you crash it.
This car only has a 6 or 7 out of 10 in speed, but it feels a lot faster because it can do the thing that the Coyote does.
Yeah.
And things like the Pursuit does, where you can just hold down the accelerator and it will just go. I'm going to get really, really, really close to the outside barrier here. And I'm glad that's in the detonator event. You very rarely get to see what happens if you collapse the bridge 3 times in Canyon. And I was completely sure that I was screwed when I hit that. It actually took me a moment to be like, oh, hey, I'm not dead. Okay, I guess I'll finish my run. Canyon is always fun in Detonator.
Yeah. I like that car. Is that one of those post-game...
The Firestorm is the post-game car you get for getting all 3,600 points in the season.
Okay.
This is another thing I left in. Remember how I was telling you at the very beginning that the Firestorm is really fast if you hold the drift button down?
Yeah.
Well, this car drifts kind of like the Coyote in the Pursuit, which means I can drive it fast as hell.
Right.
This is what happens if you do that. So, I'm making really good time. I avoid this power play. This comes down, but...
Oh. Are you not supposed to be killed by that, then?
No, you are, but they forgot the kill plane.
Are you just...
So, yep, here I am. I'm like, okay, whatever. Oh, that's a kill plane.
That's awesome.
One of the things about Canyon Detonator that's kind of crazy, if you go too fast, it will kill you. I think if I didn't have to slow down and didn't have that bump at the end, I would have gotten sub 120 easily. We're going to bring this out. We need your strength one last time, old friend.
Oh man, I remember the helicopter. Helicopter's my favorite character in this game.
I remembered what you were saying about me not using the Ryback Coyote in the end game, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call Turtle's bluff. I remember this car being a lot faster last time I drove it.
Oh man, it's like General Lee trying to race against the modern Mazda.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. Coming back to this from the Firestorm, I was like, well, they handle almost the same, but the Firestorm is a lot faster.
Oh my god.
Coyote can still link drifts like nobody's business, though, so it's actually a great choice even through the end game for these air revenges.
Oh, I love the big trail of black smoke coming out of the back of that car. Or, not car, airplane. Not airplane either.
I have just enough power when I get through that wave to blow up the helicopter, so I just go ahead and do it.
That is awesome.
Learning how to drift the Coyote back and forth is a pretty tough skill to acquire, but if you can do it, you can do it pretty much in any car in the game if you have any other air revenge events that you have to do.
Oh, the end of game achievement. You just got one of the end of game achievements. That's kind of sad.
I did. That was the one we got for winning every bonus round.
So what's your last car gonna be?
Well, I actually go back and forth a little bit, trying to figure out what I want it to be. Titan?
Hanzo.
It's gotta be the Hanzo.
It's gotta be the Hanzo. That's why we don't play Overwatch together anymore, by the way.
We don't play Overwatch anymore because I don't play Overwatch anymore. We also get some nice in-game special text for this particular elite race, which is kind of cool.
Did it say stay alive on it?
No, it said that this is going to be the toughest race yet.
No.
And they're not wrong, actually. For the last race in the game on Downtown Central, this is a 3-lap race. Normally, Downtown Central is only a 2-lap event, so this really does test your endurance as well.
Oh, okay then. I like to imagine every time you get behind them, it's like Darth Vader and that one fat guy, and it's like, wait, do you see him? Do you see him? Oh no, he's behind me!
How do you think I managed to hit the dump truck and still survived?
I missed that completely. I thought you just swerved out of the way.
No, I bumped it.
What the hell?
I know, I was just as surprised as you. It took me a second to recover psychologically from it.
Is this a tool-assisted speedrun? Is that what's going on right now?
No. Look, I've hit more than enough walls that I should be able to convince you that this is not tool-assisted.
I'm just saying, it's a little weird you're not running this for AGDQ.
I don't think I could actually run this at AGDQ.
I don't actually think so either. I've never actually watched a speedrun on AGDQ.
It's too long. And you really should watch AGDQ at least once. It's cool.
I think I should.
So I think about dropping the Space Needle, but I don't really get anything out of this. Also, I looked back and I noticed that Rig was in second place. You know this race is a total shit show if Rig is fighting you for first.
Oh, that came out of nowhere.
I was running a big risk getting that far over to the left. If I had been over to the right, I would have had more opportunity to dodge, but I don't know if that actually would have helped me. But the music recognizes that it's go time.
Yeah. Oh no, what's gonna happen to Live Wire? Oh. Oh my god, dude.
Somehow I survived this.
How much of my commentary is just me reacting, I wonder?
I don't know, if I had to put an estimate on it, probably maybe 10%.
The other 90 is boring stories about my childhood.
I did use the dump truck. I thought you might like that.
I love the dump truck.
I tried to bump the hammer into the broken tanker, but it doesn't work.
Oh.
I just have no strength whatsoever in the FX350.
I mean, you could take that dump truck without a problem.
I was also dropping that on Vixen. I was positioned over to the right at that time, so the shockwave didn't affect me as bad. So Vixen and Raptor are way, way up there.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I love the rooftop run. I think it's a really great change of pace for what you get in Split Second.
Yeah.
There's no other elements of track in Split Second that's really like this.
No.
And also, somehow Torpedo managed to jump over me when he overtook me.
What a dick.
I looked at that, and for a moment, I was just like, I was kind of mad, but I was like, you know, I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed.
Yeah. Wow, Riggs really wants to take your run.
Like I said, this is a total shit show. This puts me in a bad spot coming into the back half of the track.
Ooh.
It's really difficult to recover from things in the FX350, because not only do the shockwaves and power plays affect you a lot, because of the finicky handling of the FX350, it becomes nearly impossible for you to actually control the car out of its drift.
Dude, that was awesome.
I love the buildings.
I love this map.
Pretty much every building on Downtown Central is explodable, and they're all really good because they cover the entire track. So Vixen nudges me, and I just barely managed to recover it and not wreck out.
Oh, Vixen was about to...
She was about to overtake me. Had I not been able to steer out of that in time, I would have lost.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great way to cap off the season. So that's it. We got all 3,600 points.
Wow.
And a metric ton of badges. Well, that sure was a fun season.
Yeah, it was.
We've also unlocked the Firestorm, which I will be making great use of in the post-game videos.
Ooh.
And the last elite car. This is the GT12. It is far and away the fastest car in the game in a straight line. It has a 10 out of 10 in speed and acceleration.
Wow.
It's also the only car in the game that has a 1 out of 10 in strength.
So you could have still lost this race and gotten first place in the championship because of how you placed in all the other races.
I could have, but I couldn't have capped off the season with just that.
No, of course not.
I don't beat people so much as I thoroughly embarrass them.
Great season, crew. It's a wrap. Wait a minute. Hey, how are those power plays getting set off? We deactivated them after the final race.
Oh no.
Surprise, this is the only racing game I've ever seen that ends on a cliffhanger.
No.
Yes. You get this secret cutscene if you get all 3,600 points.
Can't beat! Not after all this time.
Wait, what?
No, they went off air in 82.
We've been upstaged.
Oh man, this ain't good. Clear the set! Now! Get out of there, I'm telling you!
What the fuck?
You have to give it to the director. He really does his lines good. You can just tell the desperation in his voice.
This is a really dark ending to this.
That's the golden ending of Split Second.
The fuck? So it ends on, like, all the cars being alive and angry?
It ends on the implication that some other show that was taken off the air in '82 that was similar to Split Second controlled and upstaged everybody on the cast and blew up everything. It was obviously a sequel bait, but like I said, BlackRock Studio closed in 2010 after this game came out.
I'm so bummed.
I would really like to see what a sequel would look like. Apparently, some of the people who worked on Split Second and were developing the sequel put out a little, like, alpha test video showing some of the stuff that they were playing with for Split Second 2, and it's pretty cool. But, you know, the game never came to fruition. BRS got shut down.
I kind of wish that they did make it and call it Split First.
One other thing that I want to point out about the credits while we go through there and pay homage to all the people who made this game so amazing. Look at the last names. Those are all the names of the drivers that we've been blowing up throughout the season.
You're right.
We've blown up some Boffies, we've blown up some Carpins, we've blown up some Hollands.
I'm trying to figure out whose last name was Vixen.
Well, the Elite Racers have their own aliases. But I'm talking about the rank and file that we raced in the elimination and regular race events.
Oh, hey, look! Akbar.
Yeah, Akbar was... We haven't seen Akbar in a while, I think.
Well, no, he would stay the hell out of Split Second.
Yeah, you would think so. He would recognize how many traps there were.
I'm really glad you could finish that joke, because I didn't really know where I was going with that. Something about fish people and fire.
Akbar is a pretty interesting guy. So yeah, believe it or not a lot of people actually worked on this game. At least as far as big budget split second games go. There was kind of a core team of people that were working at BRS at the time, and there was a small porting team that was responsible for getting everything onto PC. And that's really about it.
How many managers do you need?
I don't know. Apparently a lot.
That's a lot of executives for... That's a lot of oversight.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of stuff to oversee. This is a really ambitious game.
But I mean, why does your QA need a director, a manager, a project supervisor, a supervisor, then a certification supervisor? Like, can't one guy do all that?
You clearly have never QA'd software.
No. Well, like, look, see, because they have, like, 8 testers.
Apparently they do. And they also have some extra languages, which is kind of cool. Yeah. I didn't expect that, and I wasn't paying attention to it. But they really went kind of all out on playing this game up. They actually had a TV spot for it, which I thought was pretty great. Yeah. That was what first turned me onto this game back in 2010 or whatever. I didn't actually buy it until like 6 years later or something.
You know Radcat has to be someone's dog.
Oh yeah, totally.
Vertical Slice, that should have been in the game.
Vertical Slice should have been in the game.
Yeah.
I would have wanted to kill Vertical Slice. That's it though. We've seen the end of the season. It's been a long road.